If you hear my dog, I'm so sorry. He's right next to me. So there's that. It's been a while, so I have a lot to catch you up on. I've decided to turn this YouTube channel into more of like a podcast channel. I've just been having a lot going on and trying to get everything in my life a little bit more organized, especially with my businesses, and trying to find a way to do that to pull everything together so everything makes sense is kind of hard, especially when you're doing it by yourself. Ooh, things are a little hectic. Did I say that already? I don't know. So, making some changes, doing something different with this channel. Gonna still do the speed paints because I think that's cool, but I'm also gonna add some extra, maybe not extra, but more than just creative motivation and talks and talking about my journey, but thinking some art history and touching upon Black artists, mostly Black artists, majority Black artists, and then I'll throw in other artists of color. I hate saying of color because that really drives me up a wall. So the update is basically a lot. I was dealing with my dad being sick and then going through a breakup. But everything's good now. And like I said, I just trying to get like a schedule going and some organization going. That way I can have a consistent flow. I do have like, sorry, that was my dog. I do have ideas, some artists I'm going to touch base on, some newer artists that I follow, and some older ones. I think I'll start with the older ones. And yeah, I think my style itself has grown. Even though I wasn't posting and, showing what I was doing for like a while, I was still practicing every day. So I think that's like the biggest thing. Just perfecting what I've already been doing. I took a step back from studying other artists, and not because it was difficult, but more so I just wanted to play around with it, experiment. There was a brush that I had bought a while ago, and I didn't like it at first. It's the thin liner brush, and it's a little like the opacity is kind of weird. I had bought it and I had adjusted it just a little bit to my liking, and before I didn't really like it, but I've been playing with it and a few other brushes, and I've kind of figured out the trick to it. Still on the fence with it, but I've been using it a lot more. There's some other brushes in a pack that I bought, and I still can't get the hang of those. A artist that I really, really like, she uses them, but I still haven't figured out her technique to where she does a lot of color blocking and making a lot of shapes. And I don't know how people do that. I think that's like one of the things that like I struggle with is everyone says use shapes for the bodies, use shapes for when you put in color, but it's like, okay, I don't know where I'm putting it. I don't want it to be muddy if I try and blend. And when I try to basically do what they do, it becomes hard. So I had to stop for a minute and kind of take a step back and let me just be simple about it. Let me not be extra, a little detail here and there, but nothing too crazy. So I went back to how I used to originally render. Just flat, a little dab here, a little dab there. I'm a crazy person when it comes to that overlay, and that kind of gives me the extra added pop. I've since started doing more backgrounds, which I can't say yet that I enjoy doing them. I want to do more and more detail just to add some variety, but portraits is where it's at for me. That's like my fail safe, my go-to. You can't go wrong with a good portrait, as you see here if you're watching. I wish I knew like what went on in the art world. I have no idea what goes on, what the trends are. I have a very small circle of art friends, mutuals, and we kind of just keep to ourselves. Like, I'm in other discords, but it's hard to kind of just be in them because I work full time still. I have a different job now. That was another thing. I switched positions. I no longer am a PCA. I work in registration, and aside from my back no longer hurting, my soul hurts, to say the least. I'm in the ED, so I'm firsthand witnessing everything that's going on. And I already was at this point where like I just want to work for myself, but I've completely gone to the point where I'm just like, oh my God, I don't even want to be bothered. If I have to have a job so I can pay bills and support myself and for the time being do art on the side, I need something that will just, where I can just do my work and just be left alone, left the fuck alone. Leave me the hell alone. Give me my work. Let me be. Don't micromanage me. I hate that. Unless I'm being trained on something, there's no need to nitpick and tell me this and tell me that. And like, just all these little things, I'm finding like wild irritation. And the only time I'm not irritated is when I'm home and doing my projects. Because like, that's something I can control. Trying to be an artist full time, I have like one more year in me to do working for other people, and I'm gonna have to figure out freelancing because how do people do this? I don't have the mental capacity to be at a job that I feel like no longer benefits me. I'm stressed all the time. I was stressed before, but I was stressed and in pain because of my back. Now I'm just stressed and just like fed up. And I have to make sure that every night or every day I come home and I do a little bit of drawing here and there. Just a sketch here, a sketch there. And that kind of like just keeps me sane. Keeps me focused. Just, I feel a slight ease. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog. I don't have headphones. I don't have none of that fancy stuff. I'm literally just with my mic and just here. So I'm sorry. I will do my best to try and fix background noises. Until then, welcome to this. I have cut down my my time when it comes to drawing things because I've practiced. Practice again makes perfect, even if it's for like 5 minutes, 10, and getting the feel of how I want to go about things. I kind of plan out what I want to draw. Been watching a lot of Steven Universe, so I kind of have like some inspiration going so far. I'm not necessarily blocked. I'm slightly inspired thanks to rewatching Steven Universe and actually finishing it because I never actually finished it. And my stand still stands. Rose Diamond, Rose Quartz. I don't like her. I cannot stand her. Also finding different types of music to help get me in the zone of drawing. I like a lot of rock music. I like punk rock music, but it doesn't really get me inspired. I don't know. Like, it's hard to find a groove when I'm listening to music because I'm not like a huge fan. So I can like watch different shows, different animes, and get it from that. But like listening to music is so hard, and that was really random. If there sounds like there's a pause, it's because I'm doing multiple things at once, and I probably shouldn't. Probably should focus on one task and one task only. I struggle with that. I do 50 different things at a time, and it's why I have a lot of unfinished projects. You know, you start a sketch and then start something else, start something new, and you're not even finished. I think we all have that. Whoopsie daisy. We all have that habit of we have all these different drawings and paintings and whatever, and we stop and we start something new. Me personally, I'm a slow artist, so it's always going to be that way because I have to stop because I'm not quite done. Mostly because I'm distracted, but also when I look at it, I'm just like, I'm not actually done with this. I need time to like stop and think and figure it out. Every day, I'm like trying to find some inspiration, and social media is kind of hard to use it to just be on it. So I've decided to be intentional. It sounds like I'm rambling. I feel like I am. I'm trying to get more comfortable with the whole podcast. I feel like there's no actual way to do it. Like, you just do it. So hopefully the next episode will be a little bit more fluid, more organized, because this one was just supposed to be an update on what I've been doing. You see the new style, and I use air quotes. Well, not even style, but just like adjusted version of my style in general. But the next episode is going to be a little bit more structured. I hope. One can only pray, because I myself bounce all over the place. I can talk about 50 different subjects at once. And I probably shouldn't. I probably should keep it relatively into the same boat. The same, what's the word? Topic? Creativity, history, things like that. We'll figure it out. So I'm trying to find artists that are new, that are underrated, or maybe just like not even underrated, but not as well known. I know we all know of Loish. I don't even think I'm saying that right, but everybody at this point knows who she is if you've been on DeviantArt for some time. Had a DeviantArt way back when. I think we all have had. I think if you're a digital artist or an artist in general, you've had a DeviantArt account. I reopened up mine, but I'm barely on it, so I don't even focus on that. I've tried to, especially when it came to freelancing, because also, tip time, you can get jobs, gigs, whatever, off of DeviantArt. They have like people post like commissions they want to do and stuff like that. When I didn't see anything that I particularly was interested in. I'm not good at the freelance part of it, especially like Upwork. Though Upwork is easier to manage than Fiverr. But I have yet to like really dip my toes in that, because it's just a lot. I kind of just want to get a commission, like someone contact me. I don't think I'm ever going to feel comfortable enough, or even not even just comfortable enough, but like I just feel like it's a lot of work to like apply for the single position. That's what it feels like. Apply for the single position. And I know like we as artists have to think about bills, but like there are far easier ways, in my opinion, like You could just tip me. I could do a commission, or you could subscribe to my Patreon, buy off my Etsy. I have been struggling to figure out how I want to make money, but also like passive income. And it's hard because there's so many ways and so many options. And a lot of people do have success with freelancing, and I just haven't gotten there yet. I don't know. I do not know. I just wish there was just like an easier way for artists to put everything together and find work that doesn't rely on bidding for gigs, because that's what like Upwork essentially is. Like, you have to put in your proposal. And I don't know, maybe it's just me and how I'm set up in my head, but I'm like, no. I'm not like you. If you want my art, I'd rather you just contact me directly. I can't throw like art at you, because that's what like those sites feel like I'm throwing art at you and you deciding, just, do you want my work or not? Like, I don't know if that sounds conceited or what. I don't know what it sounds like, but that's how I essentially like look at it. Like, you can just buy it from me. Like, I have a portfolio. I just reopened my shop, but honestly, if you want to print, just email me. I could just print them out. Like, it takes no energy. Stickers, y'all gonna have to wait for those. But prints, I got you. Prints are very easy to make. I have the pieces already done, the artwork for it already done. Could just print that out for you. But if I have to post all my good works, then you kind of just like, I don't know. You really could just look at my portfolio itself, ask me if there's anything that, have, or you just look at my Instagram and say, hey, can I get this in a print? Sure. Absolutely. Email me your address and I will send it. And a little sticker. 'Cause thanks. But I don't think I'm equipped for freelancing. That's why I also stopped trying to work for companies, because I don't have energy to make a resume, a cover letter, none of that. I have no energy for that. Trying to be an independent artist seems like the harder route to go and the less stable, but I don't care, because when I say I don't want to work for nobody, none. I want to make the art I want to make. I want to do the things I want to do. If I'm commissioned, sure, why not? But I cannot be under someone else's constant time constraint. I can't be under someone else's timeline, someone else's needs and wants when it comes to art. I want freedom, pure freedom in this. Oh, my nose like itches. Again, sorry for like the pauses and the breaks. I'll do better with that. Just like I'll do better with saying or going off tangent. It's like, nah, I probably won't be better at that. I'm probably gonna still continue to do it. I really just want to show my art, talk about my art, talk about my journey, and talk about just doing what I want to do and having fun and living the life I want to live, because I'm old and tired. And I'm tired of working. I'm tired of working for the man. And when I say the man, I absolutely mean white men. I'm tired of living by a culture that doesn't allow me to have free time to do the things that make me happy and give me literal peace. I literally want to be an artist so I don't have to knock someone's block off. I don't want validation for it, though money would be nice, of course, obviously. But like, this is to stop me from completely assaulting folks, and I should probably bleep that out. But art is like my therapy outside of my actual therapy. Sorry. So, I've also been thinking about things I want to learn. As far as skills. And I know it's like color blocking and stuff like that, but I want to really perfect the, no line art drawing. And that's as far as it goes. Oh, I'm lying. I want to do vector art. I don't have like the patience to really watch anything, but I need to. I need to find the focus to sit and watch all of these Udemy classes I have, and these Skillshare classes I have, and these YouTube classes, tutorials that I've saved, so I can finally get there. I also want to get back into traditional art, like painting. I tried to do it, try to do watercolors, try to do acrylics, and I'm gonna tell you, that stuff is hard. Like, I've never been good at it, never been good at painting, never been good at sculpting. Drawing was like the only thing that like I could master. Painting was a whole new like monster, because like color theory is involved, and then you gotta worry about shading and stuff like that, and I'm like, oof, my eyeballs don't work that way. Not at all, not even close. We can try, we can give it a little test run, but like essentially I cheat. Even now I literally cheat. I go on Pinterest and I look up shadows and things like that, where they get placed, and I kind of just, for my own, if I feel like the light source should come from a certain spot, that's how I do. But I do it exactly how they have the picture, because who has time to really think about it? I don't. I'm not trying to think about it. I'm trying to just do it, because again, it's like, it's not near perfect, and like not everyone does it the same, so it doesn't matter. I use references like it's nobody's business, and I honestly do not care what no one says. Use these references. That's why they're there. Not a single person has the energy to pull something out their ass every single time. Pull a new piece out every single time. A lot of these artists cheat, copy, and recycle. And if they tell you no, if an artist tells you no, I don't do that. No, I don't use references. I don't do that. They're lying. Absolutely lying. And I've seen some really like get on these platforms and say a whole lot of whoa. Nah, I know you lying, because ain't nobody, again, has the energy to sit here and have an idea and just always, like all the time, especially people who post their art every single day, and it's new art every single day, and it's like no one has the energy to have a new idea, a new thought, a new concept. It takes a lot of people a lot of time to make new things, and a lot of people, for the ones who do it quickly and efficiently and every single day, they're using references, and they will tell you they do. For the people who don't, and they act like they don't, I don't listen to them. And they're out there giving horrific advice. And speaking of advice, if you find yourself on TikTok or wherever, and someone gives you unsolicited advice about your artwork and what they think you can do and how they think you can perfect it and make it better, block. That's one thing that I will not allow myself to fall into, is people giving me their unsolicited advice about things I did not ask for. I also will not fall into somebody telling me my art is trash, because I don't give a fuck. I don't. If someone doesn't like my art, okay, that's fine. Didn't ask if you did. That's also what I want to do with this whole channel, is to really just inspire y'all to not give a single fuck what anyone has to say about your art. Art is subjective. I don't like everybody's art. I'm not finna tell them that. What you like is what you like. I like some art, and other art I don't like. And if I like ugly art, I don't even want to call it that. Do art that makes you specifically happy. And of course, if you're trying to build a business, you know, do what your audience would like to see, and that's fine. But do it your way and your style. Whatever your style may be, and if you don't have one just yet, who gives a shit? Don't focus on that. Focus on it, but don't. I know that's conflicting advice. Focus on it in a sense that, like, you have a style that you enjoy to look at, like other artists. Copy that, but then throw in your own flair here and there. And if it looks different, if it doesn't look as good, who cares? Don't care. Don't worry about what people who don't draw, who don't do it, have anything to say. And for the artists who do come out their ass and go on other artists' page or make other comments about other artists, ugh, I cannot stand those types of people. I don't even tolerate it on my own. Like, I didn't ask you, bruh. You're not my art teacher. It's weird when random people do it who don't do art. I think that's weird to say it that way, but who aren't artistic. Let's just say that. Who don't draw, who don't paint, who don't sculpt, who don't craft, who don't do none of that shit. It's weird when they do it. Because it's someone who has, like, it's like me telling a nurse how to do their job. Like, no. But an artist going to another artist and just putting them off, like, down, I guess, and critiquing their art when it wasn't asked for. And I'll probably talk about this in a later episode. Art fixers. I hope no one ever does it, because I will drag you for filth. I'm not mean, but I'm not nice. And when negativity comes my way, and I'm working on that, I'm actually honestly working on it to really ignore it. But if you ask for the bees at some point, I'm probably going to give it to you, just because you have those days, I have them a lot now. I'm actually really proud of myself and where I'm going in my art journey. It's taken a long time. Like, I say, severely long time. It might seem like been doing this for 2 years. Like, it's been years. It's been 10 years since I started digital art. I got into digital art 10 or so years ago. Took a very long hiatus and just started recently. And it's given me all this motivation back that I once had before. I want to get back into tattooing. I just want to create. I just want to be creative, and I want to live my life creating art. Whatever it is. Could be, if I want to sculpt here and there, sure. If I make little figurines, probably going to do that too. If I want to make t-shirts, going to probably make that too. If I want to make more podcasts, I'm probably going to do that too. I just want to create. I think a life for me, the personality that I have and the person that I am, it needs to be one that is creating, one that is making things and making people happy, visually pleased with it. And even if my art rarely sells, y'all just like to hear me ramble and talk about art related things and art history, because I think a side of history leaves Black people out of it, leaves Latinos out of it, leaves Asians out of it, and I wanna bring that forward, along with my insights on art. I just want to talk about art all day, how much I love it, how much it makes me happy, and it has always been a source of comfort for me, next to reading. I do enjoy reading as well. But it's one of the joys that I found growing up, that, like, I taught myself how to do this. And I did it fairly well. And I didn't even notice I was good at it until I was told. And realized, oh, yeah, you're right, I am. And I'll talk about how I've felt full of myself at a point when it came to my art, and I felt a little jealous that other people were artistic around me. I don't feel that way no more. I fucking love it because I love to see art. I don't believe in a competition sort of way. I feel like in this industry, everyone has a room, everyone has a seat at the table, everyone can eat, everyone can make their bag and coin. So that's also something I want to like dive in because I know like a lot of people feel like, oh my God, it's oversaturated. There's so many artists, but like a lot of artists aren't even on social media and they're making money and they're thriving. You gotta just do it, make it fun. It has to be fun for you. And when you treat it like a passion rather than like work, and I know a lot of people say that if it's work, it's not like fun. Treat it like it's, you know, something fun to do. That's why I created this, because making videos is fun. Talking, just to talk like what I'm interested in, is fun for me. I could do this all day to whoever will listen. So that's it for this one. I mean, I've got 6 minutes left. I should probably make the best of it. But a little bit about this piece, actually, you know what? I'll talk about that. A little bit about this piece. It's just a sketch that I just like did. I don't know what I was doing. I was just drawing, trying to, as you see, I went over the lines with the earrings. I was trying to do something a little different, trying to copy an artist I like and kind of see where that goes. I'm not mad at it. But again, with this brush, it's a little weird when you know, go over the lines with colors because then you have these spaces. So I'm going to keep figuring out, keep playing with it. Might skip to a different brush, might not. Who knows? I'll figure out the trick. But I think I stepped out my comfort zone just a little bit. And I tried something new. I think everyone should take bits and pieces of their favorite artists and sew it together. If you don't yet have a style, just fucking do it. Just do it like Nike. Is that Nike? Yeah, I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Just do it. I didn't have an exact plan for this video episode, whatever, but I will next time. I have a whole week to figure out what I want to do. These will be weekly, like my vlogs. I have weekly vlogs, and you know, if you like me, want to watch me do random shit and shit that I like to do, go ahead. Do I have to bleep out when I curse on YouTube? Is cursing allowed here? I don't think it is. God, I was hoping I'd just post this and go. I should be mindful of when I drop some sentence enhancers. For those who don't know, that's a SpongeBob reference. When we curse, it's a sentence enhancer. Also, cursing is fun, ladies and gentlemen. Gives your sentence a little pizzazz. For right now, I'm using Procreate. I do want to get a bigger tablet. This is like future plans. Pay it no mind. If you don't really care about it, that's fine. But I use Procreate. I'm team Procreate, and I always will be. It's very easy. I love it. But I do want to try other programs and tablets simply because I like new toys. I like to have new toys. Technology for me, I like when it comes to art. Please don't ask me to talk about AI and NFTs just yet. I don't have like a big enough opinion on NFTs because I don't have enough information on them. And I'm still gathering information on AIs, and I don't even think I have the English to really talk about that too much. Like, I guess it could be cool. I, I don't care. It's, you know, I haven't really thought about it too much. So when I decide to think about it at length and I could talk about it ad nauseum, then I probably will. But until then, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to get too crazy in certain ways to do art and things like that. I'm just not. I mean, I will talk about digital art more and traditional art and like the differences and like what I feel about them and what goes on in the community, because I do watch y'all in the art community, and whew, a lot of y'all show y'all ass. And it's awkward because I feel like I'm new here and I'm just sitting here watching everybody. But I think this was a good one, even though I rambled. I feel like a lot of podcasts, some people just ramble and just talk about whatever when the niche is a little bit more of everything, I guess. If you know what I mean, like a niche that's like a palate cleanser, like entertainment, life. So like you could just talk about anything. But I talked about art for 37 minutes. So, and like what I feel about art and stuff like that. So I think we're going somewhere. But anyways, I hope you like this drawing, the speed paint. It's one of my favorites, as y'all know. If you don't know, I'm really into pinks and purples, and that's kind of where my color palette lies. I do have a piece that's a little bit out of that. But until next time, thanks for listening.